So checking out Elon, I really only have like one or two things to say about this, so let's just jump right into it. You can see we saved ourselves from this 7% drop. This was my worst case scenario. Backtesting this previous resistance or support. I would call this, a confirmed retest of it anyway. It was only a couple of percent away from actually touching this. But you can see since our last video, we came down, backtested the 786 Fibonacci, and we've had a very okay bounce. I don't want to say like a great bounce. We only came up 8% and now we're only up approximately 4%. So we do still need to be slightly cautious, although I did let you know I am accumulating Elon in the last video. And if we come over to the MFI and the RSI, the MFI specifically is very impressive right now. I love how we've come up, topped at the oversold, and then came down almost to it came up to overbought, and then it came down to almost oversold, and now we're having a nice bounce. So I personally do believe this is the bottom for Elon. Worst case scenario, I really don't see us getting flushed out much further than coming back down, retesting this previous resistance or support, which is a 13% drop. That's not my most likely scenario. I think we are going to start heading up in the next couple of days. I think it's more likely we could potentially come back down to the 786, which is it's really only a 1% move. So I don't want to focus too much on these smaller moves. I'd rather focus on the macro moves, which I care more about. And looking at this in a more macro term, well, 4 hourly, I mean, we are flipping somewhat back bullish. I would like to see us push through these EMA ribbons at 880. And more importantly, like I said, let's focus on the macro. 618 Fibonacci, round about this 9 region, and then short-term Fibonacci from this local impulse is down here at basically 9 again. So we've got a double golden pocket, double 618, approximately around this 9 region. I'm not going to include all the zeros in every single price target, otherwise I'd literally be here for absolutely forever. But nonetheless, we're starting to head up. I don't necessarily like how we flipped this daily EMA to the bearish side, but I will live with it for the next couple of days. I would like to see an impulse back above these double 618 fibs. In theory, we are still bullish. Even in the micro impulse, we've backtested the 786. In the more macro trend, we're miles above the 786 Fibonacci, and we're continuing to put in higher lows as we go. So I do like the setup we're seeing with Elon right now. I'm not going to accumulate any more for a little while because I already do have about 2% of my portfolio in Elon, which is a lot for me to put in a Dogecoin, in my opinion. But my thesis on this is it's going to do a 25x. That should equate to, what's that, 50% of my portfolio. So that is a little bit of hopium. It is why I only have 2% in. I do think this is going to be an outperformer in terms of Dogecoin and Shiba. In my opinion, I think DogelonMars is going to outperform a lot of these Dogecoins in the next bull run that we do have to the upside. But nonetheless, your moon line, still the same as the last video. We need to take out this double fib. That's only a 10% move, at which point we'd be flipping back the daily EMA ribbons to the upside. And we have only very, very momentarily gone down to a short position on the daily here. How is this flipped? So short-term moving average moved above the long-term moving average and it flipped bullish, but this is flipped bearish and we're not below the long-term. Is the chart just acting up? What happened the last time? So yeah, the last time you can see a short-term moving average moved below the long-term moving average, so I don't even know why this is fired bearish. Am I missing something here? The short-term moving average hasn't moved below the long-term moving average. I really don't know why this is fired a short. Maybe in the next day or so it's going to plummet, but I really don't know why that's fired a short when it's only, the short-term moving average has only moved below the 25 MA. Yeah, or it's the 30. It's definitely not the long-term, is it? So it's short-term. No, these are the longs. So EMA 200, EMA 55. Oh, that is the long-term moving average. Okay, that's weird. Okay, fair enough. So we have actually fired a short on this. I went off on a tangent, but nonetheless, your moon line is still the same. We need to hop above, once again, you know, around that 9 region. So once we hop above 9, that's only a 10% increase. I would be very, very bullish in the short term for DogelonMars. So that's all I've got for Elon. We're starting to look good. Like I said, it looks like we've bottomed on these higher time frames. On the lower time frames, we've headed up very quickly, so you know it is possible we could have another throwback to the 786 or this moving average. But I would like to highlight Dogelon loves getting overextended a lot of the time. You know, we came up all the way to is this 100? 100 on the 4-hourly EMA. That is crazy. I don't think I've seen many cryptos where they've gone up to 100. But yeah, as you can see, Elon clearly loves to go on these absolutely crazy rallies, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have a face tear coming in the next couple of months. Keep your eyes on 9, approximately 906. Once we break above there, we're above the daily EMAs, we're above the 4-hourly EMAs, and we are above this 6618 region. So that is all I want to see. A break above 9, I get extremely bullish. Until then, you know, I'll keep you updated. That's all I've got for Elon. We're looking good in my opinion still. Nice back test of the 786. I want to break above 9. That's all I've got for you. Not financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.